First of all, I just wanted to say that what an incredible feeling it is to be in an environment uh, such as tonight. The the number of fans and supporters that have really come out in the last couple of games and really supported us in friendlies have all talked about this day. And as a club, as a franchise, from the division beginning with the ownership group and our general manager Jeff Birding, and to everything making this work for tonight. The players felt it on the field, and it's not a cliche when you look at the so-called 12th man. I thought the environment was fantastic. It lifted our boys, and we felt it in the stadium. So I think overall, to go in the history books and being at home for the first time after two really challenging trips on the road, it was a great effort overall. I mean that's how we feel, and we created the two great goals, and we know Charlotte's a very respectable opponent, and we knew they were going to give us trouble today. But certainly, I was very proud of the guys on the field. They put their hearts and souls out into the game, and I'm glad we got the result.
John, did you expect it to be? I know you touched on this a bit, but did you expect it to be this awe-inspiring? I mean, for me walking in, just seeing this setup here, it was pretty fantastic. I know that Jeff just told me he was relieved to see it kind of turn out this way. But what was it like for you on the field, just hearing the roar of the crowd?
It was amazing. I just, it's incredible. I mean, it really is. I mean, the number of fans that were there today, it's not even about the number of the fans. It was just how loud they were and how educated they are, and such a great fan base. I mean, they really got behind the guys right from day one, and certainly, they had their moments where they can heckle the opposition and heckle the referee at times, and it was just a great environment. It really is. And I mean, if we can, that's the key about it is that it's not a manufactured environment. It's these the people are dying for this to happen here in Cincinnati, and to be fair, we delivered, at Nippert Stadium. So I'm very happy for that.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Closing out games, protecting leads, seems like it's been at least a little bit of a trouble spot these first three games.
Mhm.
How do you fix that?
Well, I mean, it's just that's a process, for sure. The constant emotions that are on the field, and to be fair, managing the emotions tonight was always going to be a challenge. That was the number one thing that we talked about in the dressing room, and how do we, be consistent and stay consistent throughout the game. I think at this USL level, I think people are starting to find out that there is no easy game. There's always going to be a moment that can change the game as well, and we just got to be a little bit more focused at times. We scored the goal, we got a little bit emotionally high, and they created some opportunities there. Look, at the end of the day, we had, I think it was 19 shots on, in the game. We had 12 corner kicks. We dominated in so many different areas of the match. To come out 2-1 on top, yeah, it's a little bit at the end. We would like to manage a bit better, but still very proud of the guys to get the result. First one at home. I mean, there's a lot of pressure sometimes on guys like that, and they performed well.
It seems like they're just little momentary lapses. Do you think any of that can be attributed to the attacking style that you're trying to play?
Well, I mean, if you look at the team, I mean, sometimes we talk about the attacking third and where we are. I think from our fullbacks, our center backs today, or even our goalkeeper, there was a great lines. We kept the spacing very very good and tight. They made 4 good changes at the end. They put a little bit more pace up front. They went for it, and they hit some longer balls. And sometimes teams just collect the second ball. Our first goal came out of that. It was a great ball in. Second ball came down. Corbin Bowen links it up with Ugo, and Ugo finishes. So. The game could be very simple, and sometimes we overcomplicate things. But I think overall, I'm very happy with the result.
You mentioned the attacking style play you want to go with. I mean, the only changes you've made have been on the bench all season. With the experience you have, are you really just focused on making other teams face what you already have, or are you trying to see what the opposition does and try to?
I think it's a balance. You're always looking at what the opposition's like. We concentrate on our strengths as much as we can. I told the guys after the game that we can't forget about what we're very good at, and that's ball possession. Movement off the ball and our one-touch, two-touch passing is fantastic. And when we forget about that, sometimes we get caught up in the physicality of the match. And quite frankly, I mean, this is is a very physical league. It's a tough league. More often than not, it's going to be teams that are going to challenge you on the second ball. And I think overall we battled very well, and we held out. I mean, it's a game of 90 plus minutes. When you look at the scoreboard at the end of it, it's 2-1 result. We take that, we move on with a lot of positives, and we'll continue to work on things throughout the week.
You start with 4-2-3, and it molds a little bit. To see three guys in the midfield still control that amount of space, is that a positive sign for you when you play 4-5?
Yeah, and that's a good point. I actually think that in Bethlehem, we had some really good moments in the midfield where we dictated the pace and the rhythm of the game. We found that again tonight, but to be honest, I thought Harrison and Delbridge dictated that from Harrison and Austin Berry dictated that from a deeper position at times. And they see the game in front of them. We give them responsibility to make the decisions on the field. And when you have a guy like Okoli up front, battling 2, 3, 4 players at a time and fighting and challenging and screaming for the ball, that gives them an option. And so, I thought he was brilliant tonight. I really do. And he gave us some great options. He fought through a lot of different stuff, and he relieved pressure when we needed to. And, to see Austin and Harrison from deeper positions see that early and play through those lines sometimes is great. Back to the midfield again. Look, we can control the ball. I think that Ross, Kenny, and Corbin Bone move off the ball and interchange at times. I give him that freedom. I like Ross to sit a little bit deeper, to kind of close up the passing lanes when he can. But at the same time, look, there's going to be times where things don't work according to plan. They have to be able to adapt. And so at times we were 4-1-4-1, on the evening. And what you don't want to do, especially at home, is leave Okoli on his own, as a 1. So we try to close up that gap as much as possible, and I thought they did a really good job with that.
In preparation for this game, what did Charlotte show you in tape study that let you know what you could attack and what you couldn't?
Well, I mean, from them, they have a lot of strengths. Estrada is a good player, had a great game last week, and Herrera likes to sit in between the lines before the defense and the midfield, and he causes problems. He's a very creative player, and when he drifts off like that, it makes it difficult. They have some wing play. They like to get the ball wide at times. I thought our 2 center backs handled Brown very well between them. But, more often than not, I still think that we're a team, even though you look at the opposition, that we can get after teams in their back line. When we high press together collectively as a group, we're very good. It's times when we kind of hesitate 1 or 2 guys, and it makes it difficult. We give teams, a chance to kind of come into the game. Look, it's a good team. Mike Jeffries is a very experienced coach. He's been at the highest level in the MLS, and to be fair, their organization was pretty good. So we broke it down at times, and other times they gave us some challenges.
We've seen the fullbacks really pushing high into attack a lot this season. It seemed like tonight they were pinning back a little bit more. Do you think that had more to do with tactics on your end, or was that something that Charlotte was doing?
No, I disagree. I think the fullbacks had a little bit more freedom to go. What ended up happening was when they did overlap, the times where we kind of could have connected them and rewarded them in the final ball, it wasn't there. And so what ended up happening is now they're thinking, I'm not going to go every time, because we're not completing that final ball. So they drop a little bit in. I don't think anything else in terms of the mental, ability changed from our fullbacks. We still know that we can get those wide. Tyler and Pat worked their tails off tonight. They absolutely did. And I kept asking them through the end of the game 5-6 minutes left in the game. I'm like, are you okay? Because the effort they put in was tremendous. They covered a lot of ground.
I'd like to bring up Sean Okoli.
Yep. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Any questions for Sean?
Sean, the goal with the scissor kick. So what did you see in the defense right there in front of the goal that allowed you to not only score the goal, but allowed to set yourself up for that goal like that? And what did it mean to get that first goal in Nippert in front of the home crowd?
Well, when Corbin Bone gets the ball, a lot of my job is just get in a good position in the box, around the box. I know he could find me, so I'm just anticipating the ball coming in. And like I said, Corbin did a great job to find me the ball, and the ball popped up, and I saw an opportunity. I took it. But the first goal at Nippert, was very special to me, especially with the environment and how loud and how crazy, just how energetic it was for us and for me and my teammates. So it was very special to me and for the team, and we just want to build off that moving forward.
How loud did it seem like, on the field?
Sometimes you can't even hear yourself think because it's so loud, but that's when you just dig deep and do what got you here, and just stuck to my tactics, my game, and yeah, it was good. I thought it was a good environment for us. So.
This season you've been the guy that holds the ball up like a target man. Is it nice to see a goal the last two matches really pay off and seeing everybody else working around you?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I have to thank my teammates for getting me in such great spots to finish these goals, So, but it comes down to a lot of hours on the training ground, staying after, before, just getting finishes in. I know it's been a little rough patch for me personally the last few months, and I just stuck to my roots, kept working hard, and I'm glad to see it pay off a little bit. But I have to thank my teammates and especially my coach for giving me the confidence to be free up front.
Can FC Cincinnati fans expect you to score SC top 10 goals each time?
I mean, they can expect me to work my tail off every game, and as long as I'm on the field, I'm going to give it my all. So, I'm doing it for my teammates and for them.